Guys, so here we are, 5 days in a row, riding my fully rigid single speed up to the top of Brown. I'm actually heading back down right now, but this is one of the climbing sections on the upper half. And it's a beautiful day outside, a busy Sunday. There was about 6 riders at the top of the mountain. Normally, I'm up there by myself. You guys have seen me sit on that log and make a few videos. Today there was a lot of people talking about tubeless tire setups. Of course, I'm always running tubeless, and then I was talking about having a not just tubeless setup, but having a tire insert in my tire. And I run the rim pack tire inserts. And I got them because they were inexpensive, but they're probably not as good as the Cush Core for the fact that they suck up the sealant. And so I was just telling them about that sometimes it's better just to get the expensive ones. But the guy that had a really nice bike and he was really fast, he had one of those specialized cross-country racing bikes from a few years ago that was with the brain shock and everything like that. But I said, he was running tubes still. I can't even imagine running tubes. Riding every day, 5 days in a row. Well, my last run, I ended up doing 14 days straight, and 8 days on my single speed, and 7 days on my geared hardtail. You guys that know my channel know that I only ride hardtails. I don't ride any full suspension bikes. I don't see the need for a full suspension bike for where I ride. I mean, look how smooth this is. And I do think that a hardtail with a decent fork and some wide rims and some tire inserts could probably do almost as much stuff as many of these full suspension bikes. It's the rider, not the bike. You guys know that. So the reason I started my video later today is because I didn't want to be rude. There was all those people up there, but we were all talking bike stuff, and it was nice. Hello. Okay, thanks. Just me. But it's a lot more people getting into cycling now and enjoying the outdoors, whether it's mountain biking or road biking. But they're getting outside and enjoying, exercise on a bike. And I'm all for that. And so if I could be of any help to them and advise them about running tubeless tires or using tire inserts and one guy seemed like he was interested in getting a single speed, and if I could advise him about getting a single speed, that would be great if he decides to go that route. I don't see many people single speeding up here. Occasionally I'll run into one person. See how smooth this is? I mean, you guys know how shaky my camera gets when I hit bumps, and look how smooth it is right now. Oh my gosh, the weather is just so perfect right now too. I literally feel like riding up here twice. Oh, but I got a lot of stuff to do. So I was telling this guy, and they'll tell you guys too, if you're not running tubeless, that's probably one of the best first upgrades you can do on your bike if you're getting back into biking and you're either dusting off your bike, or maybe you never got dusty, you just weren't riding as often, but it still has tubes in it. So switch it over to tubeless. That's number one. And then know what tire pressure you're running. If your tire pressure is so high that you never strike your rim and never feel like it's on the low side, then it's too high. You need to get that fine point where at least occasionally you feel like you're hitting a rim strike on a square edged rock or something like that, and then add 2 pounds of pressure or something. But you should be at that borderline. That's where your tire is going to perform the best. Then if you really think it's worth it for you, go with a tire insert. Now the ones I recommend, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, get the Rimpact, and you look up their website and look them up on YouTube and see what they look like. And I have them on my YouTube channel too. But get the Rimpact ones, and remember that it's going to suck up the sealant, so just put a little bit of sealant in there to make sure your tire gets set up properly, and make sure you got a decent tire. Don't waste your time with all that if you're using a cheap tire. Get yourself a nice Maxxis or Continental or Terraville or Kenda or something that's a reputable tire brand, but then get the one that's the nicer one, not the cheap wire bead, but the one that's the Kevlar bead, more expensive one. Whatever model you're looking at, look at the higher end or the highest end of that model of that tire and get that one. Okay, don't even waste your time with those wire bead tires unless it's for your commuter biker. You just want to ride occasionally. I guess you can get a cheap tire for that, but I don't know, it's not, you're talking to a guy that is obsessed with biking, so I've never bought a tire that was that cheap. And then with the tire inserts, if you want to go higher and get the new Tannis Armor tubeless. Don't waste your time with the Tannis Armor with the tubes. Those are more of a flat protection type of insert. They're not really good for the tubeless setup. Well, they're not for tubeless, but they're not good for mountain biking, I don't think. And so get the tubeless Tannis Armor that just came out. And then if you really want to go high end, get the Cush Core. And those Cush Core are more expensive, but they won't suck up the sealant like the rim packs. So my workaround on the rim pack is I just carry a bottle of sealant, and I only put a little bit of sealant in there, 2 ounces when I set it up, and then I carry a bottle with me. So that's been my solution to using those cheaper rim packs. And I will eventually go with the Cush Core. Probably, I just haven't got around to it. It's not a priority. All my bikes are set up right now. I'm going to run them like this until I need to change them. I change my tires and wheels enough as it is. I don't need to add additional changing to that.